What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome to the Jonathan Dearman Show, the least political show you can find. And today we got a big topic that we're talking about. It is the topic of monkeypox. Now, obviously, cases have been increasing, and the World Health Organization just declared that it is now a global health emergency. So the real question is this the next pandemic, right? We just have left a pandemic of COVID-19. Even though cases are still happening, it's not the same. Are we entering into a new pandemic? Is this going to be the next big one? Let me give you the short answer, in my opinion, based on statistics that we're looking at. The short answer is no. And here's why. A couple of key things. First of all, the World Health Organization announced that it's a global health emergency, despite the fact that a panel of experts could not come to a consensus agreeing that it was a global health emergency. And here are some things that are really important to understand with monkeypox. And here's where some of, quite honestly, political correctness is merging with the science and the facts. And I really wish in this day and age, and we saw this all through the pandemic, that information, statistics, and the science behind the coronavirus were filtered through political correctness and political ideologies. And I wish it ought not be so, right? Let the science be the science. The science should be simply for the facts and the stats, regardless of feelings and all of that stuff, and political correctness. Politics is kind of this unique beast that it involves facts, or it should involve facts, oftentimes doesn't, but it involves facts, but it also involves feelings, right? And it involves perspectives and the way people will take things. Science ought not be so. Science should just be the facts. Here are the statistics. Here's what we're looking at. And we should be able to communicate that in a way without having to filter it through political correctness. That's my opinion. Now with monkeypox is dealing with some of this political correctness and filtering through that, particularly because of this. As of right now, as we're making this video, about 96% of monkeypox cases have come through sexual activity. It is almost being declared, and it's kind of speculation on it, that it's some sort of STD, particularly in homosexual sex with men, not with females. That is what is creating monkeypox. 96% of cases are traced back to that. There are now, I believe, 2 cases where children have this, not because they've been involved in sexual activity, but both of those cases, they have been adjacent to somebody that has been involved in that type of sexual activity and spent long periods of time with that person, like maybe it's a relative or something. But it seems to be that monkeypox is not incredibly transmissible outside of sexual activity, but yet is transmissible outside of sexual activity if for long periods of time there's especially like skin-to-skin contact, very close proximity in things like that. So pretty much if you have some sort of relation, maybe if you're cuddling with someone and watching a movie or something like that, if you're in close proximity for long periods of time with somebody that has been exposed to monkeypox. Now here's where the political correctness comes in, is the way that much of the media is talking about this as if they're saying things like anybody can get monkeypox, which is true. What we've seen statistically speaking is that anybody can get monkeypox. But what they're leaving out is that it's really through that one vein, being physical in a gay way. They're leaving that out because they don't want to make it a stigma, right? However, it is reality. I think we should be able to look at the statistics and the science and acknowledge that if that's what the science is showing us, then we need to be able to acknowledge that reality and say, yeah, it's not just anybody has an equal chance of getting it. If you're in a heterosexual relationship, you do not have the same chance of getting monkeypox, not even close, as somebody who's in a gay relationship, particularly, again, men. But this is where I wish that we could just kind of ignore some of the political correctness and just come out with the facts and acknowledge that this is coming particularly from one particular group of people, which are gay men. And then from there, it's spreading in a non-rapid way, and it's through really quite a lot of physical interactions or very close proximity, oftentimes mostly skin-to-skin interactions. And so that is the origin of this. And so with that, is it a big deal? Of course it's a big deal. Any virus or any sickness that spreads, that is contagious, especially when it kills people, which I think right now the death count is up to 5 worldwide. So we're not talking about a ton of people so far. Every life matters, I know that, but we're not talking about a ton of people so far. But I acknowledge also that diseases start somewhere, right? That they don't start nowhere, they start small and they spread from there. However, from what it's looking like at this point, the bottom line is this is not in the same vein of COVID-19. It doesn't only spread with the same speed, but it also just doesn't spread to just anybody. It's a particular segment of people that seem to be the origin of this, and then it's spreading from there, but only with lots of contact in close proximity. So you're going to hear a lot in the news about this thing, about monkeypox. Of course, I don't pretend that I know everything. I only know, in fact, I don't know anything other than what the experts are saying and what the statistics are saying. But if I had a vote, I would just say, can we just be honest about facts? Can we not try to pretend that everybody has an equal chance of getting this, regardless of your behavior or choices? It's not that. It's not an equal chance of getting it. There are particular behaviors and choices that make you more likely to get monkeypox. And so be aware of those, be aware of the risks that you're taking, and understand what it is that you're doing. And so that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to throw that out there and give my opinion. With that being said, what do you guys think? Do you guys foresee this becoming the next pandemic? The media is kind of blowing this up more and more. Do you think this is something that people should be concerned about, or do you think it's not? Do you think it's something that the vast majority of people do not need to be concerned about? With that being said, thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time on The Jonathan Dearman Show. Peace out.